Welcome to Strength for Generations, the go-to podcast for Christian families who want to build strength, restore energy, and deepen connection with God at the center. Hi, I'm Krista Baker, Christian health coach, wife, mom, and co-founder of Baker Family Fitness. Have you tried it all? The diets, the workouts, the supplements, yet still feel stuck? Do you find yourself too drained to connect with your family, lead with purpose, or live out the calling God's placed on your life? Then you're in the right place. I'm here to help you honor God with your health and bring peace back to the process. To simplify what it means to build strength in your body, renew your mind, and care for your spirit, all without losing precious time with your family. Each week, you'll be encouraged by God's Word, inspired by real stories, and equipped with the tools you need to succeed. With trusted experts and conversations that help you grow stronger in body, mind, and spirit. So grab your coffee or your ribeye, and let's do this His way. Welcome back to Strength for Generations. We are on episode 4 today, my friends. I am your host, Krista Baker. I'm excited to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about strength training and weight loss and why strength training actually matters more. So weight loss is usually the first thing that people focus on when they want to get healthy. Weight loss is not the same thing as health. It just typically is sometimes the goal that people will have. I really want to help you understand why strength matters more than weight loss, and why chasing the scale often pulls people further away from how they actually want to feel. So when we look back at why weight loss actually became a goal, like I'm thinking, over the last couple generations, for a long time we were taught that smaller equals healthier. We were taught that the lower the weight to lower the number, lower the size. The problem is that the scale only tells us one small part of the story. It does not tell you how strong you are. It does not tell you how stable your energy is. It does not tell you how confident you feel in your body. Many people lose weight and still feel tired, weak, and disconnected from their bodies. I know that when I personally had my goal of just having a specific number on the scale, I didn't look the way I wanted to. I was chasing this unattainable thing, and it was just making me not okay in my mind. It really, really impacted what I saw in the mirror. It impacted whether or not I thought I was doing a good job, even though maybe I felt better. I felt okay. I felt strong in a moment, but then I'd get on a scale and that scale wouldn't look like what I needed it to. So I was like, well, this doesn't work. Feeling disconnected from your body is typically when when you actually really feel that, there's a moment that you realize that something is missing. And so what strength actually changes is strength changes how you feel in your body. It changes how you move throughout your day. It changes how you carry yourself. When you're stronger, you have more energy. Your body feels more capable. You start to trust yourself more physically. I want to train to get strong, but then the result was the scale changed. So did the clothes. So did the confidence. All of those things really started happening. So when you're stronger, you have more energy. Your body feels more capable. You trust yourself more physically. If you think back to episode 3, that's where I talked about how when you train for strength, you're just so much more, you can just do so much more. It's so amazing. And being able to trust yourself to physically do something, when I got to go and pick up something off the ground, or I actually remember this time when my husband and I moved into our house, we had finally invested into a king size bedroom set. And I'm like, I got a king size bed. It was going to be so great because he's a shift worker. And I just knew that having that king size bed was going to allow me to get better sleep. And then for him to not feel like he had to tiptoe around me as in the girls, right? And I remember we had the big dresser that was coming upstairs, and he said something about waiting for a neighbor. And I'm like, why do you need to wait for a neighbor? I can help you with that. And I was able to help get this very, very heavy dresser up the stairs. And I was like, okay, my body is capable of doing so much more than I thought it was. And so I started to really trust myself. The thing about strength as well is it really starts to help support your joints and your bones. And it actually really helps with your metabolism. It's so common that I see people start to address their nutrition, which is amazing because I believe nutrition is majority, a high percentage. Some people will say 80% of your results. Some people will say 90. So wherever you call it 85, that when you start to change and have that change your metabolism and all those things, it just fuels your body and helps you feel just so amazing. One thing else is it helps your body really handle stress better. It helps to support your hormone balance. It actually helps with your blood sugar regulation. Weight loss can happen without strength, but strength creates a body that feels solid, steady, and supported. And so the scale reacts to many things. And a lot of people get very distracted by the scale. I look for trends personally. Like I want to see that we're trending in the right direction. So I typically ask my clients to weigh in multiple times a week. And the reason why I get them to do that is because sometimes on a Wednesday, they'll weigh in and they'll see this like lower number, as a lot of people will have the goal as weight loss, right? And it's just one way of tracking, is this plan working or not? And I think it's important, but it also reacts to so many things. So it will react to your sleep. It will react to your stress levels, your hormones, your salt intake, your digestion. Ladies, our cycle, right? So that's why I do personally ask for multiple weigh-ins a week, unless we have had maybe eating disorders or there's definitely some people that I don't have do that. Majority of people I work with, I do get them to weigh in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And that way they see, because there's times where some people have come back to me and they're like, if I didn't do that weigh in on Wednesday, I wouldn't have seen that next target number that I've been working towards. And then like on Friday, if it goes up a little bit because maybe you got your period, or maybe, retaining a lot of water, salt, maybe you ate a little extra carbs, whatever that is, because so all of these things will impact what you see, but it actually doesn't reflect progress in a clear, consistent way. So when we focus too heavily on the scale, it often pulls the attention away from the habits that actually improve health. So when people shift their focus from weight to strength, they often notice changes that they were missing before. So those are what we call non-scale victories, is like, well, okay, maybe the scale didn't move, but what areas are feeling better? Maybe the scale went up, but you actually feel leaner. But most people start to recognize that their energy levels are better. Their mood is better. They're more confident. Their clothes are fitting differently. And they're actually feeling proud of what their body can do now. So strength builds confidence, not control. There's a difference between trying to control your body and learning to work with it. Strength training will actually help you build a relationship with your body based on trust. When you notice what you can lift, like I'm telling you, when I go downstairs, so I'm working through an injury, and you guys will hear my story of this. I'll give you a quick little rundown. Have been waiting for surgery for 19 months now. Like, just the whole process here in Canada takes a long time, from, the thing happening where that something's wrong, to the referral from the doctor to the specialist, to the testing, to the trying this, the doing that, getting the MRI, getting more, maybe I think maybe we need more data, then waiting, 12 to 18 months just to see a surgeon, just for the initial consultation, then only to find out that you need to have another appointment that's going to take 8 to 12 to 13 to 16, whatever weeks, to get more data, then to get in the follow-up schedule, and then to finally book the actual surgery. So I have been waiting, knowing, because I'm very aware of my body and how it feels and how it moves, knowing full well that I need surgery, and doing all the things that I can to support it, working with some really awesome people trying to get this thing fixed on it so that I can try to heal it on its own, but it's not working. And I just knew back then, and I will eventually get a surgery booked. I'm still waiting for that. But one of my favorite things is I love deadlifting. I love the way I feel when I walk up to a barbell and I pick it up and it's really heavy and then I put it down. And my body just feels so powerful, so strong when I could do those things. I do miss being able to do what I used to do, and I will be able to get back there. I'm fully believing, and I am prophetically speaking over my life right now, and I'm saying I am going to be fully recovered from this. But that's what strength training does. It helps you really connect with those things. Like I talked about in episode 3 as well, is like when you can carry things, it's so amazing when you can pick something up. Like I remember once I had Bailey when she was younger in my arms, and then I was down low and Casey jumped on my back, and then I stood up and I was like, wow, that was pretty awesome. Like I think Casey weighed like 70, 80 pounds at the time, maybe 70. And Bailey was probably around 40 or 50. And then just standing up, like that is a very satisfying feeling. You're going to notice with strength training too, like how much you can move more easily. I mean, that's also if you're including like stretching and mobility work included with the strength training, but that confidence is going to show up outside of the gym too. Like you're going to stand taller. You're going to be more confident. You're going to speak differently because you have shown up for yourself in your own life. So strength doesn't actually mean training every day or lifting extremely heavy weights. It means practicing your movements that support your daily life. Now, I like lifting the heavy stuff, and I do believe that we should push the weights, Like most women need to be, especially if we're hitting our perimenopause time, like if we didn't do it when we were younger, like this is the time to start right now. Like, please just take this advice right now. Like, go to the gym and pick up some heavy weights. Do it properly, have some guidance, have the right, learn how to do it the right way. But there's movement patterns that we do every day anyways, like squatting. Like I said, picking something up from the ground are things that you do all the time. So I can practice those things in the gym, right? We're going to squat, we're going to hinge, that's bending. We're going to push things. Like I remember when I had to push the furniture across the room, like I'm pushing on that. What if you have to push your car out of a ditch? Pulling. We're going to we do things like where we have a natural pulling to it. Like if I had to pull my car out of the ditch, let's say. Carrying. So, I mean, if you think about a farmer's carry, if you don't know what that is, I suggest you go to YouTube and look up like, what does a farmer carry? And for those of you that maybe are farmers, I do have a lot of farmers in my client roster right now. And there's a reason why farmers carry are part of people's plans, because that movement pattern is so important. So these movements are going to help you through life with more ease and less strain. So here are 3 things to start now. If you're new to strength, or if you've been stuck focusing on weight for a long time, here are 3 simple places to start. You do not need to do all of this perfectly, okay? These are just meant to give you some direction, not to overwhelm you. So first, shift your goal from losing weight to getting stronger, okay? Instead of asking, did the scale change? Start asking, do I feel stronger than last month? This might mean lifting a little more weight, moving with more control, or feeling less tired throughout your day. Strength gives you feedback you can actually trust. So 2, you're going to start with 15 minutes of strength training. Like I said before, all of my clients that come in, they start with 15 minutes a day. They get to the end of my initial program that I guide most of my clients through in the beginning, and they're like, this is so doable. Like I can actually keep this up. It's why I have such a high success rate. So if strength training feels like a lot, just start with the 15 minutes. It's enough to begin. Think 1 upper body movement, 1 lower body movement, and something for your core, right? You don't need that full hour or complicated routine. Not right now. We can get to that, but we're trying to get you to a place where you enjoy this too. Like some of these moves suck. So why are we doing them? You don't have to. I mean, unless you're just trying to like help yourself get over a mindset around a specific movement, but proper program design is going to help you get to a place where you actually really like doing this. So you're going to be very methodical as you pick these movements. I want you to move slowly and with control. I want you to pay attention to what you're doing. Think about connecting to the muscles that you're using instead of rushing through the reps. So if you're doing 10 squats, I want you to think about all the muscles that you're using to actually make that movement feel better, to like wake up the muscles that may be a little sleepy, right? So remember, we have our primal movements are squatting, pushing, bending, lunging, pulling, there's twisting. These movements cover what your body needs in everyday life. So when you slow down and move with intention, strength training becomes about awareness and capability, not exhaustion. Okay. And 3, let strength change how you feel in your body. As you actually start strength training, pay attention to how your body feels, not just what it looks like. Remember, like I said, it's going to show up. It'll show up very quietly at first. You might notice that you'll have that energy. You might feel more stable when you move. You might stand that taller feeling, that more proud feeling, and how you carry yourself. So once again, strength is going to build trust between you and your body. You start to feel capable instead of fragile. I look at the aging population. The people that I see, they look like they're just going to break. They're going to fall apart. And even as I chase numbers personally before, I was like a skinny fat. That meant that I didn't have enough muscle around my body. I had a higher fat percentage, but I was small. And so, that's something that I continually work on to not end up like that, like this. Feeling strong and having more lean muscle is more important to me, especially as I've gotten older. And I also understand what that's doing for me long term. So because I don't want to be that fragile thing that's just going to break, just really connecting with how proud of you that you're going to feel about your body, what you can do, and not frustrated by the things that you can't. Come on, who doesn't get frustrated when they can't open up that jar? Or if you don't feel strong enough to bring the thing in and you got to ask somebody to go and do it. And I think we should ask for help, but I don't think we have to resort to that if we're strong and capable of doing it on our own, right? You'll get things done a lot quicker if you don't have to stop and wait for somebody else to do it. So how you show up, how you take care of yourself, these changes matter. These are signs that your body is getting stronger, more supported, even if the scale does not move right away. Strength gives you the feedback that is steady and reliable. So over time, that feeling becomes far more motivating than chasing a number. Please trust me on this one. It is so rewarding. So let's close off with a verse. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. Psalm 28:7. Strength is not just about what your body can do. It supports how you live, how you trust, and how you show up. Father, thank you for the bodies you have given us and the lives you have entrusted to us. Help us to care for our bodies with wisdom, patience, and respect. Guide us towards strength that supports our families, our calling, and the work you have placed in front of us. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. If you want more guidance on building strength in a simple, steady way, you can find the Move Mountains method over on our website at bakerfamilyfitness.com, Move Mountains Method. And I'm really excited to have you here. Thanks so much for being here yet again. And I look forward to being with you another day. Thanks for tuning in to Strength for Generations. If this episode encouraged you, it would be a blessing if you took a quick minute to leave a 5-star review. It helps more families hear this message and find hope for their health and faith journey. You can also share this episode to your stories and tag us. God might use your post to encourage someone who really needs it today. And if you're ready for your next step, go to bakerfamilyfitness.com and join the 5-day Move Mountains method. It's a powerful journey to renew your health, strength, and mind. It includes daily video teachings and workbooks. You're going to discover your why. We're going to get into daily habits and movement. You're going to learn about food and fuel. We're going to learn about perseverance and consistency. And most importantly, legacy and generational health. If you feel stuck or unsure of where to start, this is for you. And don't forget to eat steaks, lift weights, love Jesus, and keep doing it His way.